Okay. I'm just gonna get an immediate disclaimer out of the way. I am on my shit mic this week. The condenser mic, the good one, has decided to pack up, so just have to cope. So we are going into a new game, and I'm gonna take this a few different ways this week. I'm going to
You're on a
actually
path in the
be
woods,
arsing
and
about
at the end of
a
that
little bit.
path
I would go
is
so
a
far as to
cabin,
say.
and in the basement of that cabin is a
And
princess.
I have feels. That's the important thing.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. At this point, I think I tried just up and leaving a couple of times in previous plays, and the last time I tried, it was like, oh, you've already dedicated to my completion. I want to see what happens if you just do it on the first round, so we're gonna leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Fine. I suppose you just quietly
I
continue
didn't
down
mean
the
to click an
path away
option
from the
there,
cabin.
but never mind.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Uh,
Ignore that annoying
Not
little
yet.
voice. He doesn't know what he's
I'll be
talking
getting back.
about.
I will be getting back to it quite soon, I think. But for now,
That's
just the
strange.
princess.
It looks like this path
And I'm gonna keep
also
running
leads
away.
to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's
Hey,
back
it's
on
okay,
track
squirrel
again.
friend,
Maybe
because
the world can still be saved after all.
it's convenient because I'm gonna keep turning away from the cabin,
You're
and
really
so
keen on
you don't
wasting
even need to.
everyone's time,
You
aren't you?
don't even need to meet the
It's
princess this time.
remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
You're mostly blackmailing me into doing this. I'm
Your
quietly continue.
silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I'm not even talking to him right now. I'm not even talking
Oh,
to the
would you look
narrator.
at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Cool. Well, I'm just gonna
There's
keep
always
walking.
a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Cool. I am nothing if not an
And here we
obstinate
go.
asshole.
As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Hooray!
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes, glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Oh shit, I remember
In
this.
every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you?
Yep.
It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Yep.
You've doomed us all, you know that,
Yep.
right? But of course you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Yep.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Cool. You know what's even funnier than doing it
You're on
once?
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a
Doing it
cabin.
again.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I am getting the F out of here. Oh no, it won't let me. It actually won't let me. Fuck. Okay, so those walls weren't here last time. You can't just
What
force
are
me
you
to go to the
talking
cabin.
about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Ah, the
Active
contrarian.
audience.
I miss this guy.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we could ruin his day.
I bet there are.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. It all happened ended. Never go to Slater with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. Go into the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Maybe.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Yeah, that's what he
Let's
do.
keep an open mind. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that
I
the
love this
seams are never
parallax
quite
effect.
visible enough
I
for the
love it.
place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table.
So, I'm
Xander's
imagining it's
sleeve.
just like a white plastic garden table.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't
At
just
least
say
one
that,
more.
and when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot
Yeah, you
lose
can, though.
yourself before you even get to her.
Yeah, you can, though.
You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
It's not that
I'm
he's
not going
wrong.
to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours, and quickly, if you don't mind.
In the words of the great James May, I'm not being pedantic, I'm being correct.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Right.
What you're seeing here
Weird
is
is fun.
obviously
Stay
weird.
weird.
Just accept it and go with the flow. It really
Just
isn't
stay
hard.
weird.
Okay, I'm fine.
Isn't that like Portland's motto?
Good.
Keep Portland
Now,
weirder.
whenever you're
Weird.
ready, we're all waiting for you.
Okay, let's take.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the
Stabby,
princess and save the
stabby.
world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that.
What?
Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make it. Great. Keep your grip the way it is.
Nah.
The task awaits.
Task awaits. Okay. Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
I don't like this place.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet
I know
some
I've
of it
been
all
here before,
coalescing
but like
into a thick, nauseating nothing. If
I
the
just
princess
love
lives
how
here,
atmospheric
slaying her is
this
probably
game
doing her
is.
a favour.
Like with simple black and white sketching, this
Her voice,
game is
a
so
disquieting
atmospheric.
collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. But we already
for
tried
sure.
turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
And what's that?
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
Well, yeah.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Let's do it. Okay, let's take the soft stairs to the right and
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
yes. How could you lose your
The
way
further you go,
on
the deeper you sink in. First, it's
on
like
a
lovely
sink
plush
on a
carpet,
on a
your toes
staircase in a
digging down,
void with
barely hitting
no
any
way of
resistance at all.
turning off without dying?
Soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. Softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness.
No, I
The very
don't.
struggle to
No,
continue
no, I
forward
don't. I'll
consumes
live here,
every
thanks.
thought.
This is nice. Everything's just leather and goose pillows.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal,
Yes, this
skepticism and
bit
blind
again.
devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? in case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was
That's
here.
okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
Hello.
She's so warm and friendly. It's deception. Don't buy into it.
I'm tired of waiting for an answer.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before?
Yeah.
We tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left. Until? It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Do I, though?
New plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Fuck, would I have had to go for slaying her immediately then?
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Ow! Please stop.
All at once you charge forward, not feeling to throw the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing.
I don't like this! I
Excruciating.
don't like this!
Nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. I think we did.
I don't like this!
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
You just destroyed everything. I'm not gonna fix you. I don't like taking this option because it makes me feel like a bit of an asshole. But it's a game. I'm trying to. Oh, it didn't matter anyway.
She's gone. Is that a...
And then we go through the
I'm begging you.
horn.
Yeah, don't.
Hey. Hello. Apparently, I take the form of double trouble. Okay. We're in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. At the cabin, approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Are we in the world right now? Well, what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe
Oh,
you
yes.
will be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh, that sound every time. You're on the princess.
You're on
Okay.
a path in the
Well,
you're here to.
I guess at this point, let's just continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the shore. A warning: she will lie, she will cheat, and she.
Okay. Now. Okay. I really, there has
The
to,
interior of the
there
cabin is
absolutely
almost
does have to be a
entirely
way
bare.
to get her out.
The air is stale and musty, and the
In
floor and
the
walls are
first
painted
thing.
in a
I
fine
don't
layer
know
of dust.
what it would be though.
The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it
Okay.
if you want to do this right.
Let's start by going in unarmed.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her
Probably.
voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Idea. Hey, I think I'm here to. No,
Good.
continue to
You're still
downstairs.
listening to
Just
reason.
continuing down the stairs and
It
not
would
saying
be better
nothing,
if you
man.
had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
I think they're lurking. I think they prefer the games where like more stuff is happening, like not so much
Walk
the
down
visual
the
novel
stairs
type
and
things.
lock eyes with the princess.
That's okay.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Oh,
Okay.
they're going to be a little hard to come by in these games, I think. Which will be another excuse to. Oh, sweet, cool. How many drafts do you actually have on there? Uh. 11. Okay, so we're good for a minute. Cool. Okay. So I am going to keep you. Like basic. Now go a little more often than that. Maybe like 3 a week or something. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out paths I haven't gone. I don't think I've come. Okay, let's just. I know if I go through all these. Because I know if I go through all these, that's how we get to like the witch. I will go back upstairs and retrieve the blade without another word.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't.
Okay,
Right?
this is
She
leading to the
needed our
juggle.
help to
Cool.
get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation.
Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
Hey?
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
The sound might be off because I'm using my shit mic today. Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Hey, Red, do me a favor and ban that bot, will ya?
Where is she?
Close the door behind me.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click
Gone!
into place.
Fat!
Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Thank you. I'll wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game?
I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
Thank you.
You do your best to patiently wait her out, but eventually, exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Okay, let's venture into the
You
shadows.
step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of terror
Yikes!
as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor. The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end,
I guess.
isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
Okay,
You
is this
shouldn't have
gonna
let
take
that
me?
fear creep into your heart.
Is this gonna
You had
take
the
me
upper
to
hand.
the jungle
now
or the
look at you.
witch? I hope it's the witch.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, it's the beast. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the
Well,
end of that
there we
path
go.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm going to turn around and
Yes,
leave.
we're safer taking flight.
Yes, we are.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay,
That's
fuck it. I'll
great.
go into the cabin.
As long as you bring...
If this is what you think it...
Fuck you. I don't want to hear your voice. I'm going into the cabin because you tell me to.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Now the question is, can I get the beast out of it?
The blade is your
Because
implement.
I don't think
You'll need it if you
I've
want to do this right.
actually extracted her. Like, I've been here a couple of times, but then that's both led on to the like the weird like grandma tree ending. I don't remember what the fuck it was. Okay, let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
And in we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost...
No, thank you.
feral. Impatient. Or maybe... eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs.
No, thank you.
The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
What? I did what now?
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
She's right there.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified.
It's been so long since I watched that movie.
I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up
I
your
know,
spine.
yeah,
and pulls
it's
you
a good
upright.
movie. I just don't have the like. Really, the best part of the movie is like the first 10 minutes, though.
The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now. You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of
Here
a
we
massive
go.
body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where
Hello?
you could have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
Oh, you can prey on
You
me
whirl
any
around
day.
to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
Fucking die, I guess. Stop hiding and show yourself.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in
Touché.
shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I
You
want.
walking what now?
You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants. Just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
Ooh, I like that quote. I'm gonna use that one at some point.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. Yeah. Laying dead isn't gonna do anything. Standing still is gonna do anything. I choose to survive.
Spinning through the jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
You're deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
Well, okay, let's go for the
Why
Y
does
then.
anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse. What she wants only matters if she wins, and and you're not going to let that happen.
We
A
are
tickling
not.
sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Stay alive.
Avoid her sneak. Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side.
Yowza!
It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
Have you look at her?
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's wet and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips. A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
Okay, fine. Why do you want to eat
I
me?
don't question who I am or what I want. I simply do. To act is always better than to react. To do is always better than to watch.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache.
I'm running on
We're
adrenaline.
exhausted.
That should be fine.
We're bleeding. We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move. This isn't going to work. We're in her domain and we are bleeding. Exactly. If we don't do something now, we're finished. As the princess lunges at you from the shadows once more, you tighten your grip, lashing out with the blade. But your injured side stretches and tears as you move, and you find yourself slowed by the sudden pain. The princess, Moore's unhinged and dripping, eyes piercing full of hunger, closes in on you. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no, this isn't it.
Ah, yes, the vor.
You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining
Oh, I have
constricts
the
around
knife
you,
this time,
its
so
slick
I
surface impossible to
should
grip.
be able to.
Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards. The distant creaking of ancient
Okay,
wooden
I thought
steps
we were
barely
already
audible
outside of
over
the
the thudding
cabin.
of the princess's
Jesus.
heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free us?
Damn it, I didn't mean to pause.
Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Agreed, the hunted. Big.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled. Burning
Oh,
skin
that's
raw
quite
muscle,
gross.
and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
Yay.
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade, until at last it finds her beating heart. Pulling her strength to bang as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door.
I don't like the sizzling
Your
sound.
spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
Slay.
Though your body is dissolving, eroding into unrecognizable shapes, your will drives it forward. You have a target, and you will strike it. We're too late, aren't we? This isn't survival. This is spite. No, it's something better. It's fulfilling a noble destiny.
Ahab, strike
Your
the heart
lone
from the belly of the
functioning
beast.
arm lashes out, stabbing up towards the princess's heart.
So you found a way to kill me. Then we'll die together. And I will see you again soon.
Hey.
With those prophetic words, you do not draw another breath. Your body tangled and melting in the cooling folds of the princess's flesh. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Rest.
But at least you've saved the world. I hope.
Chapter 3. The Wild.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning,
Ah, yes.
and we have no end. But something cold and
I remember
unnatural
this.
sits watching
Okay,
us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places
Okay,
we
so I
need
guess
to
I
reach.
actually melded with her,
No,
despite
that's all wrong.
killing her.
You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
I mean,
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic.
I
into
did
us.
what you told me to
He
do, my
tries
dude. I managed to
grasp
slay the
the
princess.
things that cannot be grasped.
I saw
He
the
tries
blade
to
enter
stare
her
with
heart. I
wide
was right
pupils
up
at
against
that
it.
which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one.
I think to an extent
you
this
don't
is
have
a
to
bit of
be
a
afraid
quieter
of
place in the game.
There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Oh, I like that. I don't feel so small anymore when you put it like that.
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart.
I am
And
assuming that that's
equally
just
so
an
much more
artifact.
still.
Hang on.
Vast.
I'm just assuming that's an artifact of
Unfathomable.
using
You're not
the ship
mad
mic.
for stabbing you in the heart, are you?
I'll turn things up a little bit though.
No. Are you
That a
mad
little better?
at me for swallowing you whole?
A little
Nah,
bit,
not really.
yes.
It all seems so petty right now. She ate you, and now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Uh, this is how we're supposed to be, but what do we do now?
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Warm and squishy.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods?
Fucking
Are you a body?
headphones.
Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. We just need to find the right place to be at the right time. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
What?
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
Listen, there is a place I need to be. I just need to find it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
No, you're not. You're a voice in my head.
That's right. I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
Oh, I trust you.
You won't find anything if I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay.
What
I'll
is your
do
beef,
it.
my dude? But then we find enemies. We find our way out. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles and cracks under the pressure of your consciousness
Don't
flashing against
move
it.
an inch.
Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
I
I
refuse.
think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
No, stop! Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
I've been here before, I think, but
It's
and like I've seen this place a few
beautiful.
times. I love it every time.
We need to be there.
Like, I guess it's just the fact that it's a huge splash of color in amongst a mostly monochrome game. I love it. It's fantastic. This game is fun. Black Tabby know what they're
Where
doing.
did it go? Why is everything so cold?
And
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
just approach. Let's get this over with.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. The thing reeks of death. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
And gaze into you. Oh. Looks like I've melted. Ah, yeah.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
I love this. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Okay. I'm ready.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
I need to go pee real quick.
We will meet again.
I think I'm still a little bit tired this morning. Wow. You can tell my internal clock's off when it's this late into the afternoon, and I'm already calling it this morning, and I'm still calling it this morning. Oh, fuck. Okay, be happy. Mountain Dew and Doritos today. Full on gremlin mode. Okay. Here we go. Everything goes dark and I die.
You're on a
Okay,
path
there
in the
has to
woods,
be a way to escape.
and at the end of that, you're here to slay her.
Yes, we know the setup. Let's head up
You
there.
make your way at a warning. She will lie.
So,
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note
I
is a
don't want to
plain
look at a
wooden table.
walkthrough.
Perched
but
on that table is a pristine
I
blade.
feel like, for fuck's sake, I just realized something. I am a dumbass. Hey, Arcadian, I just noticed the same fucking thing. Like, I just sat down from an AFK and, yeah. I totally, yeah.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, going in unarmed.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light
Oh, yeah.
below.
Oh, yeah.
This is an
like
oppressive place. The
my
air feels
problem
heavy
right
and
now
damp,
is,
with rot filtering from the
so number one, there has to be a way to get her out in the
princess
first
really
round,
lives
right?
here. Slaying her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
And I'm trying different things that are just leading to the same fucking
Hypnotize
outcome.
It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool.
So, because I figured to get her out in the you have to check the cabin. Like, presumably there's a key somewhere in the cabin. I think that's a line that's thrown around for the train. But you can't go back up to the cabin after that point. So, you know what? Let's just do exactly what we did last round. Let's just feel around and figure a thing out. So far, I've had 2 repeats, and I don't want to get any more repeats. So,
You are?
just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Oh, they did.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you
I mean, it really only takes one person to commit an atrocity, so...
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk of it first. Okay. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
I'd believe you. That'll take me to the jungle. Does this take me to the witch, maybe?
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So, what? You're going to try and kill me?
This is new.
You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead. Run along and get whatever you're planning to
Hey,
get.
Arcadian, I found Dummy Mummy.
But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here.
Dummy
Do
Mummy's
you hear
just
the
put in her
inflection in her
appearance. Did
voice?
you hear her?
I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
Dummy Mummy is in the room.
You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs.
Okay.
It's quiet.
And then I'm assuming her arm will be on the floor.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I don't think it did. She's lost an arm. I'm locking her down there and letting her bleed out.
This is a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to her wounds? She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm. You can finish this right here.
I mean, I could, or I could just let her bleed out. Tell you what, I'll even stay for a while to make sure she's dead.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier.
Maybe, yeah.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
I don't think you have a good side, lady.
Terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
This is gonna lead to the nightmare. God damn it.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Do I have a way out of here? Bang on the door all you want, it'll only make you bleed out
Losing an
faster.
arm is actually enough to do me in. I can always find another. I'm not as frail as you think.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Oh, I don't like that.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes.
And then this is gonna take us to the
First your
nightmare.
toes go
Okay.
numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course.
But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
And you're going to get Medusa.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps
No.
closer, one silent
Really,
footfall
I don't
at a
think
time,
you have a lot
cocking
of
her
time.
head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gill. What a shame. If you'd
I
only
love just
help
the
me get out
sheer
of here, we could have done
creativity
such
in
wonderful
the art
things
for this,
together.
like, one character and
Your
all her
lungs
incarnations.
stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm
Well,
sorry,
it is.
but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, and
You're
we've
on a
hit the
path.
nightmare.
You're here.
Okay, let's just head up there.
A war.
Get in there.
The interior of the cabin is plain. The blade is... Oh, it's just an... She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us.
Wait, I
She's
don't
been
want to skip
waiting.
this bit.
Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together.
No, I'll just skip.
Prince-
Let's just skip up to entering the basement. Now, let's gonna take the
You
blade.
reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
I feel like it can.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else?
Like, it could be
Something,
really shitty
I don't
quality
know,
steel or something.
better than a knife? Could we have a bomb? The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're
Actually,
more
I
than
second
capable
that.
of
I
pulling
want
this
a
off,
bomb.
so long
I
as
want to
you
blow
don't
something up.
lose faith in
I
yourself.
want to blow something up.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
Okay.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
Never mentioned the eyes. Oops. The air sweeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying
Her
her would
cruel and
probably
playful voice
doing her a favor.
prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back. She must have you
Confused with someone
You
else.
really
God,
don't remember,
why
do you?
is right-clicking a
It
pause?
doesn't matter, we need a game plan.
Don't get it.
We know we can't just go
I don't
down there
understand.
unprepared.
We don't need a plan, I'm just gonna kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes. You know why I'm being a pessimist. I'm just asking questions. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions.
I am
left
so
and right.
fucking tired today.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. We're going to die down here.
I love an obstinate narrator.
Please stop saying.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were
Oops.
you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
I go back the way I came.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to
She looks
find
slightly
you.
like a clown from this
As the
distance.
princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
Kawaii.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver.
I love this little bit as well.
Heart, lungs, liver.
Like, every path is so rich in this game.
Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hand.
Okay, I'll, go for a play.
Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into...
Oh, she's really cute!
We did it. We actually did it.
You actually went for it! Oh, you're going to regret this! I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now!
Oh my god, this is adorable!
Can she? We've already seen how she can change... Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You're not getting those stares back. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
She falls to the ground, unmoving.
Stuck in a dream without a star to be seen.
Oh. I can stop now, can't I? I can. Finally. And now that she's gone, you can let us out of here. Right? But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us. It means that you're stuck here. Forever. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no.
No.
Oh, no, I hate this.
Okay, this is new.
Time passes. Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever, though. Does it?
I don't think it does.
What do you mean? We still have a way out, clutched in our hands. Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before.
If we kill ourselves, won't we be dead? Yes, that's rather the point.
That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die? Because right now, you don't want us to do that. You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care?
Ooh.
I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours. Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life. Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
Oh. Am I not a creature of biology? When I starve or die of dehydration before forever
That's
happens?
a grim thought, innit? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. We don't have to starve to death. You have our way out. Use it.
Oh, wait.
More time passes. You're still here.
And wait.
More time passes. You're still here.
And I'll wait.
More time. More. 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 More.
No, I don't think I'm gonna hit anything doing this. Are you stuck here with us, or are you keep...
I'm stuck here with you. I wish I weren't. Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest.
Okay.
You remove the blade from the princess's body. What exactly are you planning on doing with it?
Quick saving.
Oh no, what are you doing?
We throw it into the void, what
You
happens?
tighten your grip and fling the blade as hard as you can into the void. It's gone. Now you're really stuck here forever. There's no way out now. You mean, other than starving? Right, I mean, other than that. You wait, and then you wait for a little while longer. But eventually the thirst sets in, and the hunger. The darkness of
There
this
we
place
go.
prevents
That's
you
what I
from
was trying to
wholly
get to
grasping
happen.
the context of passing time. But that doesn't stop it from passing, nor does it stop your biology from unraveling. The only things you know for certain are that it's long, and that it hurts. The vastness of your suffering can't be adequately put into words. We really shouldn't have tossed the blade.
Where's the fun in that, though?
No, you really shouldn't have. But biology and time are immutable forces, and eventually,
Time is a
long before
dimension,
forever
and
gets the chance
biology
to
is a
come,
concept. Neither of them are
everything
forces.
goes
You...
dark, and you die.
Ooh, the Wraith.
You're on a path in the wood. Shit! This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Yes, so it does.
Ooh, the cold.
No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be. What if we do what she asked us to last time? What if we just let her leave? Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world.
Yeah.
Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it, yourself included. Oh, threatening us with death, are we? And why should we be afraid of dying? We've already done it twice. All death has done is shunt us back to these woods, where we're forced to listen to your empty warnings again and again.
I like the
It's a
cold.
bit different, though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same
I
path
like
in the
the
woods
cold.
anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence?
Oh
Really
no, she's an
should have said that. It'll
influencer.
make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright? Great. Let's just hurry.
Are you the same narrator we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we've been here before.
Suspiciously quick. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. Is that supposed to be a riddle? If it is,
It's
it's
not
not
very
very good.
good.
I haven't met you, you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
Okay. There's something else we haven't tried.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Fine. Okay.
You continue down the path towards the cabin.
What is it even going to look like in this world?
It isn't long before you're steps
Nope.
away from your destination.
Same.
I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
I don't like any of our options here. It feels like we're being driven down the tracks to some awful inevitability. There
Railroaded.
must be something we're missing. Something that would make everything make sense. Maybe letting her out really is the answer. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Sounds like someone's about to crack. Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me, or are you
There's
just giving
obviously
up?
no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue.
Cool.
Would you look at that? We won. Take it however you will.
Okay, let's head in.
The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Why does the blade have to be pristine?
What do you mean there isn't a mirror? There's a mirror, plain as day at the end of the hall. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
I saw a video the other day of someone in, I think it was in San Fran. It was guy was angry at a, no right turn on red sign and was taking to it with a rusty axe. No one was stopping him. I like how much I can get my model to turn now. Look at that. I've got so much body motion. Okay, let's pretend there is a mirror at the end of this hallway and that right now we can't see behind it.
If you're
What's
asking
there?
what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement.
Okay, cool.
Are you saying there isn't a door? Are you saying that at the end of the hallway there's just an opening again? He didn't say door, did he? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening. It's just like last time, isn't it? Only instead of a visible empty void, there's an invisible one. For all we know, she could be standing right there behind the mirror. For all we know, she's going to jump out at us, and there's nothing we can do to stop her. Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out. The princess. The princess is in the basement.
Okay, well,
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation,
do
the
you
chill
have to
wind
call
raising
it a
your
gaping
hackles as it
maw?
gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. Oh, do we? Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. I hate that I know what's about to happen. Knowing makes it so much worse. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening.
I don't like this.
Well, that was a close one. All that stress and lead up for nothing.
Helplessly staring into the void. I'm glad I made a lasting impression.
Shit. Where is she?
Hello there.
Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break,
Ooh.
a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess.
Hello
Her
there.
hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me. So now, I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it, completely helpless, just like you left me.
Okay, maybe letting her in isn't the best idea. She clearly hates us. And what's your point? I thought you wanted to get out of here. This is a way out, and it's different. We might as well take it. Yeah, but not like this. She's going to make it hurt. Then turn off the part of you that feels things. Oh, like it's that easy? It is. Pain is just another sensation. If you can tolerate joy, you can tolerate pain. Except that pain hurts. Yes, that's what it does. That's the definition. Do we need to explain to you why pain is bad? You need to explain to yourself why it isn't.
Water under the bridge, right? You know what? Let's go for that, actually. Look. We're even now. You killed me, I killed you. Water under the bridge,
I
right?
think you forgot something. Like the part where all this started when you left me to languish in a pit all by myself. Now I've become something so much worse. And it's all thanks to you. If I were you, I would just want to get it over with. You lost your chance to call the shots. There's no going back to fix it now. You can either look on in horror or celebrate my freedom. But either way, you're about to become a passenger.
I'm a victim in all this too, you know. I'll be a Karen.
Sometimes victims become the same as their victimizers. Just because someone hurt you doesn't mean you get a free pass.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Funny how she says that like it's a bad thing when it's exactly what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
Something tells me pointing out the irony wouldn't do much to help us.
Can I point it out anyway?
You should be grateful that I still have a use for you. Being mine is more than you deserve, really. Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
You You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically
Hello?
touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to be the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. Okay, deep breath. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Is it? Is there any conceivable way that this is fine?
Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time. At least our organs aren't failing.
Hey,
At least
man.
I can actually talk. It is fine. Everything is always fine. These consequences have no real impact on us outside of momentary discomfort. I'm sure we'll be moving on with you soon enough. Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
The fucking what now?
You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth.
Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out.
I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. It's rather rude to show up in somebody else's body and boss it around like this. We were gonna let you out of here. That's the whole reason we marched all the way back up to the cabin. Were we? I was.
I know you were, but you were going to do it for the wrong reasons.
And what reasons are those supposed to be? Nobody should be able to be judge, jury, and executioner.
Weren't you all of those things for me? I can grasp the shape of everything you think and feel. You think you are numb, but you are hopeless and paranoid. You are afraid of me. And I don't feel regret, even in the recesses of your soul. There is not a drop of sympathy to be found.
We weren't always like this. I've always been like this.
All I'm doing is reaping what you've sown.
We don't have to let her out. I've been storing up a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement. It's better than giving her what she wants.
You wouldn't dare. Move now.
Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
My aunt was called Marion.
Not that bad. The pain feels good.
Wait,
I
aunt.
know you feel it too.
Fuck you.
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do this.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. We're putting in everything we have. You're not. You're thinking too much about how she's hurting us. You're thinking too much about your body. It's just a body.
Shut up.
Just a body now, but I can make it do so many terrible things to you.
1,
Ooh.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next one, we all go. 1, 2, 3.
Shit, yeah.
You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward,
Oof.
the darkness swallowing you whole.
Why do you hate me?
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
Did it! We actually did it!
Yes, we've really shown them all, haven't we? I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now?
Now we fall.
What happens now? You wanted this.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now.
I don't think you're going to find that out.
Why? What do you know that you're not telling us?
You should have paid better attention to your head. You left. Gone. It's just you and you and you and me. Idiot.
Terminal velocity ceases. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment. Damn. You don't answer her before she's gone, and you feel resistance under your feet once more. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
Okay.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. It's calling us. And not in a good way. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Yeah. I've withered. And okay.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest
Yeah.
of me is still the same.
Well, contradictions are the best way to live. Who wants to live as just one thing? What do you think of this vessel?
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven
Oh,
heart.
I like that quote. She could
Do
not
not
find her
harm
strength
her.
in others,
She
so she
isn't
found
alone
it in
anymore.
herself. She isn't alone anymore. Okay. Ready to go back?
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Every time. Okay, well, that's the wraith in the bag.
You're on a path in the woods,
Now,
and at the end of that path,
yes, we know how this goes. Continue to cabin.
you make your way.
Skippity dippity dip. You always end up back here. Always bring us back here.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air, the blade is your.
No keys, huh? The room. No. Okay. Let's head
The door to
downstairs.
the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
No.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hey! I think I'm here to slay you.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on
Beauty does not equal good.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit first, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna do on this one.
Oh.
What's your name?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
That'd be awesome as shit. Fuck you. Uh, uh, okay. I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
Oh, I will.
You're making a huge mistake.
Why is her throat already cut there?
No, you're doing the right thing.
I'm doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have
Maybe
any
there's
other
some way to
ideas?
break the chains?
Okay.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Yeah, I saw this film called The 127 Hours once.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Okay, return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's
Just
voice.
a bit.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Nom
before
nom nom
raising
nom
her
nom
arm
nom
to
nom
her
nom nom
mouth, her
nom nom
teeth
nom nom
tearing
nom
through
nom
her
nom
limb with the
nom
determination
nom
of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here.
You know what?
But if
I
there's
don't
a
think
time
I've
to
ever
strike,
gone for
it's
slaying the
now.
princess at this
Or
point.
we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Because I kind of want to get to the damsel and then kill her and see what happens then.
Without hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into the prince.
Oh, that's a shoulder strike. That's,
The wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Honestly, no, I'm just making this up as I go along.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
No, she's armed and ready.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now.
But if I do waver... Okay.
As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear you
Ooh,
apart.
nice teeth. Look at those. Okay. Trivia, I've actually got canines like that. I should add that to the model. I should add that to my model, just a little bit of the pointy teeth.
Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. You steel your resolve and to take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job.
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of
Ooh.
blade and
Ah.
claw and fleshy ribbons. Neither you
Sorry about that, I was spacing out for a second there.
You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you.
No, I'm just impulsive.
You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all.
Seriously, I did actually want to hit the damsel there, but
You're sorely mistaken.
well, I didn't want to hit the.
Another,
That was
I'll make
very
sure
poor choice of
you
words.
pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yeah. Oh, the witch. Okay. I don't think I've ever made it to chapter 3 from the witch.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I already slew the princess.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened...
I never said anything about us meeting. I never said anything about us meeting, narrator.
We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Okay, let's do that.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
You cannot. You really cannot.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Pristine?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I wonder why the blade is always pristine. Like, everything else changes, but it's always the same knife.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Snick.
Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough.
Maybe we can talk our way out of
You
this.
can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
I mean, we're kind of up against the clock,
Do
mate.
you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps,
Hello, you
entering the dark
witchiness.
room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
Many times.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Good.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Which I believe I
Don't
have already
talk
done.
to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Oh, there's a lot of conversation options. Okay, that's what I did last time, I think. Last time I was here. I'm sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
I like this face. The little tree face.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Aren't I?
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
We both died last time.
You were the one
Sorry.
who stabbed me in the back when I was still in chains. A dirty little thing like you doesn't get to decide when all is fair.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely correct. I'm just seeing where this conversation goes, where I take the options that I don't completely agree with. I get the sense that you're not happy with
Is that
me.
a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
Yes, it is.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Okay. I'd like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time, and I think you might be a danger to the world. I'm going to attack you now.
This path is already worn by travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Fuck you. Okay, So I guess that must lead to the race or something as well?
Just because I'll never trust you
Something?
doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want. The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
I guess I'll...
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She
Okay.
could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Well, I can't.
Yes.
Game won't
let's.
even let me, so let's just leave with the bad blood, okay?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
The cat revives are strong here, not gonna lie.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking? You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition,
I don't have
cannot
the
be
option.
trusted.
I wanted to kill her,
I don't
okay?
know how many more
Narrator?
warnings I have to dole out.
It's not my
If I
fault.
help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill her. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder,
there we go.
sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots until finally
Okay,
you
we're
both
going somewhere
separate with
new.
a bone-shaking
Excellent.
thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins.
Did I just skip No, I didn't skip anything. Okay. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches. Realize you won't be getting up.
Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Well, my spine's gone.
We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Yeah. We were never going to get up those stairs, were we?
The princess lets out a mocking laugh.
Yeah, the laugh is definitely where
By
the
our
cat
very
vibes are coming
natures,
from.
only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
That's fair.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where she'd turn her back on us and I'd say, "Now stab her in the back! Do it now!" And then you'd say something like, "Wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us." And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. Why didn't you tell us your plan before we agreed to go first? Because then you'd have had to lie to her, and you're a terrible liar. That's not... Okay, that's actually a good point. It would have been a good point if it had actually worked. But it didn't work, did it? Well, it's not my fault that nobody listens to me. The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Ooh! We're stuck down here
Something
together.
inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She
Yeah.
eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Lovely.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next? I think he's gone.
He's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
It's time to leave.
She's gone. Is that a...
Okay, let's approach the mirror.
This... If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
And You've unraveled. And we go in the long quiet once again. The cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I'm curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart.
Ow.
Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Good.
I will be here, waiting for you.
I hate that jump scare. Okay. Did I stretch in? Oh, I hadn't actually brought the witch
You're
to
on
her
a
before.
path
Okay.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't,
Okay.
don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Okay.
You make your way up the warning. Before she will lie. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Now, am I going to take the blade in
The
with me
blade
for
is your
stage one? You know what? I want to see what happens if, like, now that we're at the 5th stage, I want to see what happens if we go
You take the
for it
blade from the table.
now.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Okay. What happens if we go for the good ending at this point?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool.
Okay, let's
Good.
continue
You're
down.
still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of
It's
trigger.
over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
I'm gonna check for a pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that
Into question.
Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Hello!
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here.
I think I just got stabbed in the side.
It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close! Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you.
Okay.
For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What is this gonna lead to? The razor.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to...
Okay, so, so let's proceed to the cabin. Just...
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. Look out for it this time.
Hey,
You
man.
know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
We killed her. We stabbed her first.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below.
Hi, Shafie.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head.
I am doing okay, and I hope you are doing similar. I am on the last round of this run, and that's probably going to be it for me, to be honest. But
That
this is
sounds a
going to
bit
be
heavy.
new,
It's
so
probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the
grating.
stairs.
If I click now and it's like the voice of a
I
Dalek.
hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. She thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act.
Just a little bit.
As
But
you
also,
descend the final
I
step,
mean, we'll see
the
how long
form
it
of the
takes.
princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
I'm so gonna die again.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Probably. Do... I don't have the key.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know
I
what it's
like
supposed
this
to look
one!
like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Uh... Screw it.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second.
I just have a beautiful image in my head of her, like, two handing a knife up, like, through the bottom of the ribcage, up through the diaphragm, kinda. As Lizard Boy charges towards her. And then, like, uses the momentum to just kind of flip him over their head and be done with it.
But your focus
There
is
we
broken
go.
by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers, at first. Then yours. How? What did she
Again.
even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some
Oh!
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
I agree.
You're going to die now.
With a
Yeah.
twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that.
I love this one! meet her again. You know what? I'm glad because this is because this is because this is going to be the last one, so I'm not going to be able to. So I'm not going to be able to ask the princess what she thinks about that vessel. I can go back and. Ooh, the arms race. What the?
You're on a path in the woods.
What the shit is
We don't have to
this?
keep doing this.
Oh, he
over
said the
and over
fuck
and
word.
over again. We're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
He said the fuck word again.
What? The interior? I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? Nobody. Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times?
This is our third?
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
That really is too much responsibility for a single person.
Impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
Yeah. God damn it, that's a...
Let's just stay focused, shall we?
Right-click pauses the game, and I do not understand why.
The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched.
We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now. That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
We walk through the door.
You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see
What
the
I do
mirror.
best, narrator.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
And make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it.
You really must think you're looking at a mirror, and it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the
Hello.
princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Yeah, I did really... Yeah.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Oh, you don't know how stupid I can be, stubborn.
Father makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
Hey, I never actually seen any other people in any of those worlds, narrator. What do you have to say about that?
The past isn't real. There's only here
And now, your internal
Oh!
sound slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
They call this one the Ishikawa maneuver.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
Okay. She has swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking! All of these ideas suck. Let's think of something
That's right,
better.
We just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
And I'm going to click and I'm going to have been stabbed.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment, she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight.
This is disgusting and beautiful.
She skewers you. Ow. What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us.
Fuck off, Microsoft Defender.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point that makes us better than her.
It's trying to... Okay. That's a legitimate strategy. Fucking try and min-max it.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay, plan. Now.
Okay. We're going to fight her again and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. It doesn't work. She kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
What's the point? It's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 4. Mutually Assured Destruction. Okay.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Ho-ho! What if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. I can't say I mind anymore.
I didn't even know you could
Besides,
get
what
a chapter
better way
4.
to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? Sure, I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest any. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Yes!
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it, though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah. She says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Ah, the narrator gets to come back to the party!
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts. It becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains
Holy shit!
blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes, behold, the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
Takes more than a
This is fake.
takes more
This
than a
is
heart.
all fake.
Really?
That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
Mood.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
Narrator,
is all just a sick joke.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again. You and her entering a rhythm of free thought and rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. You are nothing at all. Meet. And here he is, the narrator.
I think you know what I am.
You're the one who wanted me to say the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Who cares about? Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important,
If that's
even.
your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
But I've died plenty of times.
You've flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
And how do you know everybody else doesn't also experience death the way I do?
They obviously don't. You experience death the way you do by design, and by your unique nature.
I think you're wrong. I don't think dying is bad at all, and you're making all this up as you go.
If you really want to waste valuable time telling me I'm wrong, we both know I'm not, then that's your prerogative.
You said she contains death.
She
What
is the
she?
shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
You are insufferable. Okay, it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to, nothing for you to find. There she is.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue.
Ever the passive player,
What happens?
always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I haven't done this yet. I haven't. I feel so bad doing this, but I want to see what happens if.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it.
And here comes the razor.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality, and you used it to rise above me.
You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
That's fair. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle
And
meaning.
even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
With time, we could have been better.
And there is always time.
Flesh is a vehicle, and to destroy the flesh is to strand the spirit. With violence you stranded me, and with violence I sought to twist your flesh back into mine. What forced between choosing your death and forfeiting within your body. You chose agency. But agency requires action. And action requires endless tapestry of events. In your final moments, would you remove action itself from reality?
You didn't give me much choice.
And yet still you chose. To be capable of change is to be capable of choice.
A web of nerves, laid upon a web of nerves, laid upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I begin? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
I miss what it was like to be together. Can we go back to it?
Though that was us before we were us, there is no turning back. For all the echo's delusion, he still managed to reshape reality itself, though he could not destroy what could not be destroyed. We are intertwined, but we are separate. Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I don't have a response to that.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
That one got to me.
I love you.
You are free, and she is with
It's
you.
magnificent.
They make it so difficult to actually slay her at the end there. They make that so difficult. Fuck. I hate knowing that there is another ending that I literally just can't get to because they're capable of talking me out of it. Because I tried to make that as easy for myself as I could because I basically picked a lot of not great routes there compared to like my first couple of runs where I tried like helping her more. And even with a bunch of vessels who hate me, I couldn't get her. I couldn't bring myself to kill her. I am just gonna. I can't turn myself off. I can't turn myself off. Oh wow! I love this game. I love this game. And I'm gonna have to get all of the razors as well. She was fun. Okay, I am going to call it there. Thank you, everyone who was thanks everyone who dropped in, and I hope you hope you come back. Hey, Unicorn, glad to see you made it. You should play this game. It's great. Hi. Bye now.